Hey everybody, it's Matt and Dyan and welcome back to the channel. Okay, Aussie, it is currently 8:25. It is a Wednesday the 15th of January. Good evening, good night and all those sort of things. We're just doing a quick little update video, part of our clinical journals for Dyan. She has been reporting a swollen lip to me. And I was like, well, okay, not a big deal. But it's getting worse,
It just feels like
puffier.
it's getting worse.
You also mentioned something about your throat. What was that?
My throat feels like tight.
Okay. Now, clinically, what would we expect to see? This could be, sounds like, most likely an anaphylaxis reaction. Why would you get an anaphylaxis reaction? What to?
The antibiotics that are working.
Okay, now the antibiotics which are working, now yes, that could actually be part of the differential for us to consider because look, third series, we're on a much stronger antibiotic. This one had 4 warnings on the pack and the pharmacy gave me an additional warning, so we had 5 warnings and one of those was potential of anaphylaxis with more skin irritation, hives, rashes and things like that.
Right.
So,
what if it's something from art?
correct. Now we've also just come out of the art studio having done a fantastic acrylic flow painting with swipe. Make sure you go back and have a look at that video. That may be the causation of what's going on. Now the paints you deal with quite a lot, so I couldn't see it being the actual paint. The Floetrol as a medium, could that be? Or the silicone, maybe that's irritant and it's got on you. Now, either which way, we're taking this sensibly. At the time when Dyan told me, this was about...
But I had asthma too.
You have had asthma today.
Yeah, but was it
so
asthma
did I.
or was it? Okay.
But so did I, and that's more because of the humidity which is in the air. And we've got some weird weather here going on in Perth.
Some heat
It's
coming
expecting
in
to bring intense heat tomorrow, but then also thunderstorms with the humidity. So look, I think that was part of that approach. So I'm going to separate that out of my consideration. I've asked you to take your nighttime medications early because one of those tablets is an antihistamine. Finnegan. See, she's tired already. On cue.
Well,
that would be nice if it works that well. A bit sore.
It's very uncomfortable. I feel like I have a really big lump in my throat.
Okay, now you haven't bit your lip for any reason, have you?
No. So it's more on this side lower lip.
Okay, I can see a little bit of swelling, nothing really significant, nothing in side, thank you very much, but you're feeling it more than anything else. Okay.
It feels swollen.
So, we go to phase 2 of our measurements of considerations as we do things. That, my dear, is some Benadryl, which is a liquid.
That's the one dose already in that, isn't it? That's our emergency one.
Correct. Scale that down for me, please.
So, if you
emergency one, which goes into
in your household,
the emergency caddy. Whenever we need anything, it's always there.
If you ever have in your household and you have, like, I don't know, you're a complex patient, or say you just in your family you've never had it before, but
take
you
it
have
and
an
then talk.
anaphylaxis reaction. If you've got liquid Benadryl, get it into that person immediately, but still seek medical advice.
Exactly. Scale that down for me. Liquid, because it's actually fast acting, it's actually also going down in the areas touching the components which are apparently a problem area. Apparently it's not a great taste. Obviously not a shot glass of whiskey or anything in this case, but anyway. Now we do obviously have things such as EpiPens, so epinephrine. If I have to, we can stabby and apply those and then take Dyan off to hospital. We have had a very severe anaphylaxis reaction which created a huge respiratory distress. That was from a newly induced, never had before, nut allergy for Dyan, only in recent months. She's already allergic to a lot of things, and that's because of 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. Her immune system, which ties into allergy-based stuff, histamine response, tryptase levels, is affected with 22q. We understand that, and we already know what medications, what food types, things that we have to totally stay away from. She's a bit stressy.
It just doesn't feel good.
Okay. Now, other things that we might need along the way here is obviously a thermometer, because we're going to keep an eye on your temperature just in case anything changes in that regards. I'm also going to take a blood pressure reading. Sympathetic temperature, I always take both sides just to make sure that I've got balance and things. She's quite good. She's only 36.0, so she's not exactly febrile. She's not actually running hot, but now that we know the baseline, let's keep an eye on that just in case anything weird does actually happen.
It's so uncomfortable.
Hey Google, set timer, 15 minutes. Now I'm using Google Home Automation to actually set a timer just to keep an eye on symptomatic change, just to see if there's any adjustment for Dyan. If things are getting worse, then we go to the next phase. Hopefully we don't need to, because anaphylaxis can obviously exacerbate fairly quickly. We've taken all the initial sort of precautions. That should be enough to keep things at bay. But if it's not, sorry, that feels a little floppy actually. There
That's
we go.
floppy still.
That's how we go. You feel that's a bit floppy?
Yeah, it's not tight.
I like it tight.
It's too big for me.
Well, you are only a juvenile. This is the problem with failure to thrive with a 22q condition. You don't fit the normal adult size or bell curve of the normalised community sizes of things. And we do have to get stuff that is smaller in size, normally pediatric or juvenile as far as adolescent size, to match where you're at. So initial indicators, about 25 minutes, 30 minutes ago, you felt, hey, my lips swollen. That progressed a little bit, you've said your throat's getting sore. Initially we've applied antihistamine, Phenergan, 25 milligrams oral tablet. 25 minutes later, symptoms haven't changed. We've now applied some Benadryl liquid antihistamine just to see how that goes. And we're keeping an eye, obviously, on you. All the normal medications remain the same throughout the night. Nothing else has been adjusted. Right, blood pressure is actually what I'd expect as your current baseline on things. Now, a lot of people will go, that's not very good. Let's have a look at it. 85/53. Heart rate 63. Dyan is bradycardic. She has blood pressure that's very, very low. Normally blood pressure should be 120/80, but for Dyan, 85/50 or 85/60 is pretty much our baseline for you being totally relaxed, comfortable lying down. Do you have any other symptoms at all? Do you feel sweaty or perspiring? Do you have any difficulty in breathing? Do you have any redness around your neck appearing, like hives or rashes? No, nothing obvious. Do you have any nausea? Have you had any bowel movements or feeling?
Nausea.
So you've got a bit of nausea now?
Had.
You have had.
Oh.
Okay. But then you've had a bit of nausea today more than normal, and you've had some ondansetron sublingual medication several times today. Now that's a bit difficult to also differentiate because, look, that's quite common for Dyan with her gastroparesis, and particularly when she's introducing new food types, particularly things like the green smoothie, very good for her immune system, but hey, it does also set the tummy off a little bit.
It feels like there's inflammation in my throat, it's throbbing.
Okay. We take this seriously. We're obviously going to be prepared just in case. Now, we do have Ventolin if you're struggling to breathe, just to be able to open up the airways to increase.
No,
We're going to keep an eye on
I
this.
feel like it's making me like
Mm.
my eyes
Okay, so you're feeling a bit drowsy. You look like you're about to go into a seizure, to be honest. I think you are. Yeah, it might be, or you might not be. We're just going to get a few things prepared just in case. Dyan's going a little bit simpler, I'd suggest. So you're bringing the bed down flat in case she rolls over. Remove any obstacles such as remote control so that she doesn't hurt herself if she is going into a seizure. Temperature of the room, we'll check. Okay, that's alright. Let's get pulse oximeter onto you. Current time is 8:36 p.m. No, I know you don't, but at the same time,
How to breathe.
I need you there. Sorry guys with the bad camera work, but I'm just going to get the tripod set up in a way that we've got observers. Now I do have the Semi 3 camera.
Hard to breathe. My throat is hard to breathe.
Okay, Dyan's going into dystonia in the facial region. Oral mandible dystonia at the moment, with the tongue poking out to the right side of the face, jaw jutting, different pursing of the lips. Both eyes are going in and out of closure, which is part of the bruxism of the jaw and blepharism of the eyes. Sweetie. Current time's 8:37. We have either some sort of seizure activity or it is syncope passing in and out. Alright, oxygen stats are at 93, heart rate's at 74, 70 and decreasing. 64, oxygen stats at 92. I'm just going to prepare some emergency medications in case I need to apply midazolam. No, but we've got it just in case. No, it's not the antibiotics, sweetie. I don't think it's the antibiotic. Timing of the antibiotic was given to you at about 4 o'clock. You've had a reaction at 8 o'clock, far too delayed in response to it. Taking action. Vocalized tics, so we're getting a combination of Tourette's. We've got dystonic action coming through. We have most likely what is a syncope passing out in between that as well. Yeah, blankie can wait. Yes. Yes. Okay, medications are ready to go in case needed. Now the blepharism affects, first of all, it's part of the dystonia, and this is the cranial dystonia. When we've got segmented cranial dystonia, there's different components of the face that have been applied simultaneously. We've got generalised dystonia because of the full leg action that's also being applied. Just checking to make sure that there's no focalised dystonia rigidity in any of the positions.
Ow, ow, ow.
Current oxygen stats are at 94, heart rate's at 70. Now, Tourette's is a combination of both physical motor tics and vocalized tics, so we've heard a combination of both and seen combinations of those. With the cranial segmental dystonia, segmented means more than one, so there's multi-components that have been used, and we're seeing the oral mandible, the tongue, and also the eye muscles being utilised in the face. Haven't seen any focalised dystonia yet. Now, we are in a situation where, unfortunately, I don't have 24/7 supports in place for Dyan at the moment. We've come out of the STA-MTA scenario and we've gone into our normal regime for SDA, Specialist Disability Accommodation, under the NDIS. That gives us limited hours per day of supports, and at the moment they're actually scheduled in a day-to-day situation. We do have staff members who are on site, and in an acute emergency, if I need them to assist with ambulance and other sort of things, they will be able to help me if I need to progress. But at the moment we just go to monitor. We do have the SEMI-3 camera just up here as well. That's been monitoring Dyan's actions throughout the course. I'm sorry, it's puffed up, Boo. You're a little puffer fish.
That's right.
Okay. Just relax, Chilly Wee. Oxygen stats are currently 96 and heart rate's at 59. Part of the lip pursing, sucking type action. Grimacing. Eye closure that goes with the segmented cranial dystonia. Now, just to be careful that it doesn't become into the diaphragm or pharyngeal area, because that can affect swallowing and breathing, so we're keeping an eye on that. We're keeping an eye obviously on heart rate. Heart rate is at 59, oxygen stats are really good at 97. It's currently 8:43 p.m.
It's not bedtime.
No, it's not bedtime, kitten. You're most welcome to wake up at the moment, but we just want to get these seizures out of the way and see what's happening. Now, there is no surprise to me if seizures are starting to occur. We've got a lot of the trigger events that go with seizures that we look at as precursors, as part of the preictal phase of determining whether a seizure would actually occur. So sleep disturbances. Dyan's had several nights where she's obviously been in intense pain, difficulty getting to sleep, intense pain in the morning, waking her up early, 4:30 and 5:30. That reduction in the sleep quality and duration also is a key contributor for any neurological and seizure activity. Changes in temperature as the days are starting to now warm up, and we're getting into a 40-degree tomorrow. That is also going to be part of this exercise. Bowel-related movements which come into play. You can see the mouth moving here specifically with this. That's part of the oromandibular dystonia. Weird jaw alignments as they're coming through. All of this is part of the segmented cranial dystonia. The eye positions, you can see the eyebrows that will even move, and distortions of the jaw and the jaw popping to the side. So that's segmented cranial dystonia in this case. She's doing well. Oxygen stats are at 94 in this case. Heart rate is 66. We don't want oxygen stats to go below 90, so we're keeping an eye on that. We're needing to record these sort of indicators so that we can clinically bring together for the team what's actually happening. Dystonia is actually quite a rare condition. Dyan's got multiple rare conditions as part of 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. That is the genetic condition that she actually has. I'm keeping an eye obviously on ability to swallow, aspiration related issues, and breathing. 94 oxygen stats, heart rate 66 at the moment. The dystonia is a very rare condition. About 65 in a million, 65 people in a million can get dystonia. It is a progressive condition, normally seen over about a 4-year sort of transference. May start initially with the eyes, go secondly into the jaw or mandibular, then may go into more focalized dystonia. So here, with the hand position, holding flexation or fixed weird positioning, that is a focal dystonia of the hand, the mouth, and the jaw. Hey Google, stop. That was the timer for the antihistamine to see whether that's recovering and making sure that it's not going into full anaphylaxis. Syncope, passing out from exhaustion, which is what she's doing at this stage. 8:46 p.m. See the eyebrows moving. So that part of it is the blepharism, so that's the eye component. Bruxism is the jaw. Oxygen starts there at 95, heart rate's at 61, 60 and declining. Good girl. I'm right here with you. So it gets on a pass. Now you can hear me, but just try and get some very big breaths in. Just relax your body. I've got you. You're safe. I'll keep you safe. I'm always here. Eyes on you. Upper torso, full body convulsion. Breathing is shallow and fast. I'm always cautious about putting Dyan in a recovery position, particularly with the CCI, craniocervical instability of the neck. The impingements of it can do more damage if that or the shoulder pops out. So we've got to support Dyan carefully whilst maintaining airway, making sure that she doesn't aspirate and choke. A lot of pressure through here. We've got focal dystonia. Very rigid position. So there's a rigidity in both extremities of the arms, left and right. Relax your breathing. Oxygen stature deteriorating, 95 and decreasing. Heart rate's accelerating, 71 and increasing. It's okay, good. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. The data on the watch will be recorded. They'll go onto the laptop and be applied into an application which will provide a report for us, both for heart rate and oxygen saturation during these issues. Good girl. Now, I haven't applied any emergency seizure medications at this point in time. The anti-seizure medications are in normal dosages already. We know that we're not at therapeutic levels with her sodium valproate, which is the Epilin, which is always a concern, but we can't increase dosage at the moment. We're currently waiting for neurology at Fiona Stanley Hospital. We have had new additional referrals pushed through into the hospital to get us in front, but that's still waiting for triage and application to a day and time. In the meantime, we manage by ourselves. Because of 22q 11.2 deletion syndrome is a condition which has seizure related issues, epilepsy and seizure-like conditions. About 65% of participants will have seizures of some type. Generalized tonic-clonic seizures are probably the most common. Myoclonus, absent seizures, focal and focal aware or non-aware seizures will also occur as part of the mix. Dystonia is quite well known and understood with the condition to a cohort. Okay, we're getting a couple of tonic-clonic seizures fluctuating at the moment. 8:50 p.m. Dystonia is more related to the basal ganglia. Dyan's got basal ganglia calcification bilaterally, and that tends to affect the signaling and can be a key contributor into dystonia. Dystonia is a very poorly known condition, and we still have a lot of research going into that space. Oxygen stats remain consistent at 93, heart rate's at 56. Commonly we'll see the heart rate spike during tonic-clonic seizures, even by about 10 to 15 points. I'm just maintaining her back and posture and keeping a very close eye on breathing. Belt right here. Just relax in a good position. Love your hips. That's a good breath in. Well done, you. Good suck in of oxygen. I love that. Oxygen sats are at 92, heart rate's at 58. Now we're just going to stay here for the moment. Don't think we're out of cycle. Now, I do have emergency meds, AESMs, anti-seizure medications, such as diazepam or midazolam, which I can apply. I'm waiting to see how this evolves because we've had all the normal night medications. A lot of those include clonazepam, 2 milligrams, gabapentin, 300 milligrams, additional sodium valproate painkillers such as the Panadol Osteo. Getting some fibrillation through the right leg at the moment. Left leg is static. No tension through the cervical region. No postural tension through both upper limbs. Oxygen stats remain consistent at 93. Heart rate's at 57. Hey, Boo, you're back with me, aren't you? Let's bring you back. Good job. Current time, 8:52 p.m. Just give me a couple of minutes first, okay? Just want to see what you're going to do. Oxygen sats are at 94, heart rate remains at 57. You're so tired, I'm not surprised, sweetie. Relax down. The reason why I'm applying your pillows is to protect the curvature of the cervical region. It's an area which we've got to be very careful with stability-wise. We don't need to cause more issues. No tension in either feet. So we've checked the feet. There's no current internal dystonia action happening there. Nothing coming from either which way of hips. Both eyes are semi-closed. Hey, Dyan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Lovely. What day is it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. How's your head feeling? You can see a slight imbalance in the eyebrow. The left eyebrow is up higher than the right. Bit of tension coming through temporalis in the right period. You want another bird?
I don't know the word.
The word. Do you have any headache, head pain?
No.
Okay, no worries.
My lip's swollen.
Your lip's still swollen. That's okay. You're doing really well. Oxygen stats have been returned back up to 96. Heart rate's at 53 and stable. I get it, sweetie. Your right hand lip lower.
I'm cold.
You're cold. I'm going to give you a blanket. Hello, the cat. Good. I love the yawns. Full size yawn, 8:54. Let's start with that. No.
What's that?
I'll take the aircon off so that we don't chill.
No.
I know. The cold air from the aircon might have been a sensory stimulation to the Tourette's and the ticking. Good girl.
I'm okay now.
You may be. I don't know yet.
I think so.
We all want to think so. Correct. Straighten up. Okay. You feel okay with your teeth, tongue, lips?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay, you're looking good.
swollen throat and lips.
Still thrown. Let's go do a quick look, check with your eye. Right. Okay. Both pupils are equal. They are reactive to light, and they're showing as a size 4. Sorry, but
Yay! Amen.
Hey, clippity clap. What are you feeling? Oxygen sats are at 93, 94, 95. Heart rate is at 60 beats per minute.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. That's always a good sign.
Hungry.
Hungry.
It's not gonna work.
No, so sorry.
No, not again.
Yeah, again. I just
Not
need to see what's
again.
happening. Your blood pressure was quite low before, so I just want to see whether there's been any change. What was that? You're a funny duck.
I'm talented.
Oh, you are so talented.
Even when my body doesn't cooperate, I'm talented.
Absolutely, you are.
Ow, that rather hurts.
I'm sorry. Right, nice and quiet during this phase.
Can I change lives with someone else?
Yeah, get it.
Please.
Relax, no talking during this.
Why won't it stop?
What?
It was squeezing me.
It was squeezing you.
It's still crap.
It's still crap. Okay, so the reading 92 over 52, heart rate is at 58. So there's a slight increase. I'm not worried too much about it. So we're still in that range of at 90 over 50, which is Dyan's very low point, but commonality for her. Thank you for helping. You're so helpful, miss.
No, anymore. No more.
No more. Exactly. Right, where's my bag?
That's so frustrating. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. That's South African for thank you. Hello.
Hello.
What's happening with the ticky Tourette's? Baby.
Tapping.
You're tapping, are you?
Doesn't it cure everything?
No, that's what yoga does apparently. We also have full moon, don't we, coming in? I don't joke about these things. We've had a couple of people remind us that the full moon is actually coming into play. Around full moon time, it does change the fluid balance and has the greatest effect. We also know historically in hospitals and ED, emergencies and ambulances, we have the most sort of cognitive neurological related issues around full moon cycles. You can take it or not, there's research and obviously anecdotal information put to into it all. And we've obviously seen with Dyan, we've been able to map certain times of the month, obviously relating to seizures and other neurological issues. Right, now I don't want to have to pad your hands. So one of the things with Tourette's and ticking disorders is that the ticks, if I was to withdraw it in one area, it straight away translates to another, it transposes itself. It's like an electrical discharge. You try and hold it down one area, it wants to go somewhere else and still be released. But we've got to be careful of your shoulder. We've got to be careful of any bruising, okay, contusions. Lips smacking, sucking. Excellent. You're full of party tricks tonight, aren't you?
This is your Google Nurse. Dyan takes
Fuck
your
off.
sleeping tablets.
You don't say that to Google Nurse. Google is trying to politely
Fuck
tell
off.
you to take your sleeping tablets.
Why are you cheering?
It's a party with Google, apparently. Okay, we have actually taken the sleeping tablets early, obviously getting in front of the condition, because part of that included the antihistamine.
I don't want to sleep early.
No, you don't want to, but you also wanted to try and get rid of the anaphylaxis response that you were having. That anaphylaxis, along with the pain, can trigger obviously neurological issues, and that's why I think it was sparked into going into both dystonia, Tourette's, and having some tonic-clonic seizures. Are you doing Running Man at the moment? Oh, baby girl. Right. Yeah.
I'm strong.
You are. You're Wonder Woman. I just wonder how much of a woman you are.
What is that?
Right. 90. Can you not move?
Looks like a tampon.
You are about as much help.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I don't want it to stop. She moved and she took the bloody thing off.
The tampon.
Not a tampon. It's a surgical tape that goes
Not a
around it.
tampon, but it looks like a tampon.
You are not helpful for me for my stats.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Tampon.
Okay, give me some data. I need to see what's happening. Now we tape it because again, one size fits all. Doesn't fit Dyan. Unfortunately, the replacement arms for these sensor parts are again one size fits all, and they don't fit Dyan's very, very tiny small hands. So we have to use surgical tape to bring it together to actually make it fit consistency.
Happy
Option sets at 97, part 60. Thank you, honey. It is our 31st wedding anniversary tonight. What a fantastic way to celebrate it. You can see culturally, particularly with Tourette's, how something will spark and will come into the mindset and will be part of the echolalia or coprolalia if it comes out. Now, echolalia is the repeating like a parrot. Coprolalia is the inappropriate language that can sometimes, unfortunately, be seen in some cases with Tourette's. Why are you holding your breath?
Deary me.
Oh, dearie me.
What a cockhead. Sorry.
Okay. Uncontrollable neurological responses to stimuli.
Cockhead.
That's really helpful. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. So you need you to take this for me, please, while you're able to swallow.
What's that?
Can you put it in?
What's that? Drugs. Say
Yes.
no to drugs.
Say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs. What is it?
Clonazepam.
Why?
Because it's actually going to stop you from actually hurting yourself. Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
Good girl. If you want help, I can hold it for you. Good girl.
Make it rain.
Make it rain. Now, Tourette's is an intermittent condition. It's not something which is on active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is stimulated and it can be hyper accentuated with certain environmental conditions or stimuli, just like seizures aren't a 24/7. It's all neurological. And unfortunately, with the way Dyan's brain is operating, because of 22q11.2 deletion syndrome, all of this is happening simultaneously. It's currently 9:04 p.m. Wednesday the 15th of January.
So when is it going to stop?
Medication that I've given you, clonazepam,
Sorry, I don't mean to yell.
it's okay, sweetie, is a muscle relaxant. It's part of the cluster medications that we use for seizures, tics. It'll actually start to relax. Now, obviously, because Dyan's had a night medications and is showing that she's non-responsive to those, the levels either weren't sufficient or the intensity or urge around all these conditions is surpassing that. We're now adding additional medications. Now, I'm not going to the big guns. I'm not going to the diazepam or midazolam in this case. I'm going to lower medication levels whilst monitoring where she's at. Thank you, E.T. Lovely. We love E.T. One of the best movies ever. How's your neck feeling?
Since hydrotherapy,
Mm-hmm.
let's get physical. Physical. We gotta get.
I'd rather you didn't get physical.
So basically, it's better after hydrotherapy. Thank
Okay,
you.
so the neck's better after hydrotherapy, but unfortunately I think the hydrotherapy
The
has been
tampon came off
the
again.
camelback's actually broken the
Take
camel's back. Probably we should do full circle of the tape and it won't be a problem, will
Ooh, circle.
it? Yes, we want to go full circle. Speaking of full circle, do you think you can ever find the end of a tape? My pet peeve is when you can't find the end of a tape.
Oh my goodness me.
Yes, oh my goodness me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Now, were we expecting this tonight? Well, I was actually expecting it tomorrow. With the 40 degrees temperature that's coming through, we're at probably a 90% likelihood of having some type of seizure activity. Because Dyan decided that she, for motivation, really wanted to get out there and do some hydrotherapy and some art, there is no surprise whatsoever that something's been triggered to being too much, and that's thrown us into an imbalance point of energy.
I want a cow as a pet.
You want a cow? Lovely.
What are you doing?
I'm just taping that up in a full circle.
Okay, but it's not on.
It's on. You can't
It's
see
not
it.
on.
It was on.
Now it's on. Now it's off. Oh my god, it's on. It's off.
I wish you were like that.
I need pediatric one. I need the one. The hospital one with the pin.
Okay.
It's not a pin.
I know, I understand, sweetie.
Stupid thing.
What I'm glad is that the whole dystonia in your face thing's settled down. The Tourette's we can manage with. You'll pass.
When?
So you've got full range of movement of your feet after the seizure, so we've got no Todd's paresis this time. Yep, there's your feet, both left and right. Thank you very much for sharing.
You're very, very welcome, sir.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any pain in your body at all?
Major.
Now remember, Dyan's body is at acute stress. We have been dealing with high 10 out of 10 pain for days, over a week now. She has got a complex hospital grade UTI that is multi-drug resistant. It is proving to be complex. 3.5 years not able to shake this particular one. It is a high level stream. It is also very concerning, to be honest. Apart from the biofilm approach, which is encapsulating and protects it from obviously the antibiotic effects to actually kill it. Being hyper-resistant, it's not going anywhere. It could be, and the antibiotics, the third series of antibiotics that we're now on, which is obviously putting your body under further stress and strain, can be tipping you right over, unfortunately, along with days of pain.
It's not causing that, is it?
No, I don't think so. It's really hard to differentiate at the moment.
I have to have it. It's working.
You have to have it. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to safely and carefully monitor it.
I just got out of pain.
Yeah. Now you've been on it for a few days. You haven't shown any indications of issues or concerns around that particular one. That was the norfloxacin, 400 milligrams twice a day that she's been taking. She has been on trimethoprim with sulfurose, and that's been hello Bazinga, the stronger version of that. Bazingaring. Where's that from? Big Bang. Stats 96, heart rate 60, inconsistent. I don't think it's going to be any more seizure activity for the night. Fingers crossed. What I do think is that the Tourette's is going to take a while to wane down. The medications that I've given will contribute and help towards that. And will actually start to relax the body.
I'm hungry.
That may be.
Ooh, cramp in my cramp.
Where's the cramp?
Palm.
Okay, cramp we're expecting with dystonia. That's a focalized dystonia pain. Have I got the right position on it? Okay. Dystonia is incredibly painful. It's muscle contraction or muscle hyperfibrillation, which is like fluttering around. You saw the face during that where it's obviously, doing that quivering sort of action. It's quite common in here to hold very, very fixed and distorted sort of positions and for lengthy periods of times. Okay. Now relax through. Let me try and pull my hand.
Going through wrist.
Yep, that's why I'm extending the wrist. Okay. One of the sensory tricks with dystonia is to distract in another component and see whether neurologically that's cross-stimulates to another area, and does it actually settle it? I've felt the tension come off at the wrist.
Yes.
Okay, now it's only a temporary reprieve, doesn't always work. Hot and cold treatments, so sun, cold. There is other actions that you can do if you're getting dystonia. Walking around, puffing like a pufferfish might actually help. Humming the sound. So look, anecdotally, these work. Certain people will have their own particular thing that they use in a dystonic or dystonic storm to try and distract and disrupt. Doesn't mean it works for everybody, but again, that is little tips. Please remember all the information that we show. We're not medical professionals. We're not here to give you information that's specific to your needs. This is for entertainment purposes only, but you can obviously go and see your own primary care physician or specialist.
Not working unless I hold it.
96 and 60, that's fine.
It's
I don't need you holding it.
good.
It is good at the moment. I'm really happy with that. How's your hand feeling now?
It's still sore, so just keep rubbing like it's nearly over.
Okay, that's really good. It's exhausting, isn't it?
I hate it.
I bet you do. It's a huge amount of pain. The dystonia contractions can last for a considerable period of time. Focal dystonia is where you have it in one singular location. Commonly you might see in extremities such as the hands and or feet.
Oh, that was his good spot.
In the hands, it's known also as writer's dystonia or musician's dystonia. Just because the action of writing or music is using the hand.
Yeah.
Multifocal means more than one focal point, so you can have both hands or feet and hands simultaneously. Dyan was showing a lot of cranial dystonia with different head popping and neck twisting, and then segmented cranial, which is multi-parts in the face. So the blepharism with the eyes, the bruxism with the jaw grinding, oromandibular, where the jaw is moving like that, and the TMJ, transmandibular joint. All these are part of it. We see lip smacking, we see eyebrows moving and quivering. Horrible condition. But at the moment, the medication that you're on that I just gave you, the clonazepam, is our best, or clonazepam, as it's known in the States, is the best medication for you. How's your hand feeling now?
Still sore, but it's not like agony.
Good. I'm really glad.
Yeah. So, that muscle's still a little tense too.
I can feel that. Just trying to distract a little bit.
Oh.
Sorry, Grandpa.
I'm so hungry.
You're so hungry? That's good. Hungry is a good thing.
No, I'm getting really tired.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
will
want to
be
go to
tired.
bed at 9 o'clock.
Well, you know what? We can go to bed and we'll wake up early anyway. But your body is tired and your body needs to relax. You can't control that part.
I don't like sleep. It's a waste of time.
There you have it. Sleep is a waste of time. Autistics and sleep don't really go hand in hand. And particularly when you've got calcification of the pineal joint gland at the top and the cranium, that affects the production of melatonin. Your melatonin levels are actually pretty poor, and that's why we have quite large dosages of melatonin, 50 milligrams per mil provided each and every night, along with other medications to help you sleep. Sleep hygiene, routine, very, very important for the whole exercise. But unfortunately, things like tonight and combinations of ADHD where the brain wants to do things makes it hard. It really does. You're doing really well too. At least the seizures have stopped. The dystonia seems to have stopped. It's just the Tourette's. I'm just waiting to see. Yeah, you did. On your side, you had several tonic-clonic seizures. You're actually feeling it through the whole upper torso, neck and arms. You've had a dystonic storm at the very beginning, which is why your legs were flailing about. And then from the dystonic storm, which is a generalized dystonia, you went into your face with specific cranial dystonia, and you came out of that whole thing with some Tourette's, which is where all your tics and come through. All these are interconnected neurological actions. Sometimes we'll get just one thing happening, sometimes we'll get two, sometimes we'll get three things simultaneously or interchanging. Yeah, it should be working right now. It takes a little bit of time with the antihistamines that you've been given, and all that's going to relax and self-reform itself. Let's leave it
I'm
out for a while.
scared.
It's okay, you're fine. I'm not saying you need change.
No, take another antibiotic.
Yes, I know. We're going to be carefully monitoring that, but I don't think it's related to that.
Okay.
And I'm saying that only because of the timing
Great.
of how often you've had
I
your
hope
medications
so.
and now the reaction. What it relates most closely to, I would suggest, would be your art activities and maybe the use of things like the silicone or the Floetrol or something that you've got onto your hands or skin.
Okay.
Okay, now again, no guarantees, so we have to be cautious either which way as we do this. Because you're so tired, I'm going to start to bring the lights and other things down.
Well, I want food.
That's lovely, I'm glad you do.
Wouldn't it be nice to have Chinese? I'm not rich enough to have Chinese though.
No, I'm sorry.
Wouldn't that be good? It's our anniversary.
Yes, it is.
Chinese is our thing, man.
I get it.
I want Chinese. Can we try and like make something similar here?
Yes, we can. I can make a Chinese fried rice or something.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, I
But
can't.
like,
No.
do we have any rice?
No, not right now, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Hungry.
Just in case something is happening, I'm not going to give you any food in case I do have to take you off to hospital.
Look,
What's that?
starving.
Yeah, you're starving, are you?
Look how starving it is.
Oh my goodness me, that's terrible.
I'm a jelly baby.
You're a jelly baby, a starving jelly
That's
baby.
what I look like.
Indeed.
You know those little jelly babies and they have the bellies?
I do.
That's me.
That's it, you're my little jelly baby.
Short legs?
Short legs?
That's me.
That's it.
Short arms? That's me.
Yeah. I think we're seeing
Small?
that she's
That's
coming back
me.
around, and a lot of the more significant
I'm
Tourette's
hungry.
activities is subsiding. The medications seem to have kicked in without having to apply
Hungry.
more significant ASMs, anti-seizure medications.
Hungry.
Current time is 9:17 p.m. We've been going for almost close to an hour of activities. Initiation of this was from an anaphylaxis response to something. The use of Phenergan 25 and then Benadryl 10 milligrams seems to have been sufficient without having to use epinephrine with an EpiPen.
Uber Eats.
It's good for you. But it has obviously sparked a neurological storm of activities between
Yeah,
dystonia,
don't Uber Eats.
Tourette's, and obviously the tonic-clonic seizures as well. Probably atonic. The passing out at the beginning, I'm not sure
Hungry
whether it is
jacks.
actually syncope, fainting, which I think sometimes is part of it, but also atonic seizures where the head relaxes and flops and
That
almost
would be
appears to be out of it. That's what I think that part is. But hey, we need a neurologist to give us some extra information on that one. We'll get there one day soon. I
I
hope.
need HJs.
You're funny. I love it. You won't
You
be there.
love HJs.
I might love half Jace, but we won't be getting some tonight, miss. I'm sorry.
Uber Eats, we've never done it before.
No, we're not doing it tonight either, I'm sad to say. Guys, thank you very much for being around
It's
and
getting
providing
bigger.
support as we're going through episodes like this. No, it's not getting bigger. I'm keeping an eye on it. Big thumbs up of encouragement to Dyan, who's going through this. If you want to learn more about 22q, the chromosomal disorder, it affects anywhere between 1 and 6,000 births. It is recognised in the rare disorders, rare conditions. It's one of the most poorly known, unknown conditions, and yet it's one of the most prevalent of the rare conditions of chromosomal disorders.
Spider-Man.
Go figure, hey? It means that she's got a micro deletion on the 22nd arm, or a long arm of the 22nd chromosome, and that micro deletion means that she's missing about 300 building blocks of DNA. 30 to 40 genes, and it affects about 180, 185 clinical symptoms, which Dyan expresses quite a lot of those from birth through to later onset as some of these things come on. You've done really well. Thank you very much for being here. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you have comments, questions, ideas and suggestions, leave them below, and we will see you in another episode. Hopefully feeling a whole heap better tomorrow, but it is going to be, like I said, full moon. We've got 40-degree temperatures coming in.
My cheeks
I'm
numb.
not a happy camper, and now that we've got anaphylaxis, we need to see what's going on. Hey, Willow,
Baby boy.
where have you been, buddy? You're not much good. You're meant to be here helping. Yeah, resist the hug.
Oh, I love you so much.
Yeah, you're not helping, son.
I love you
All right, guys,
so
we'll see you soon.
much.
Bye for now.